Imagine being so fearless that everyone around you believes you cannot be defeated. Every enemy who stands before you either runs away or ends up losing the battle. Now imagine that despite all that strength, there is one tiny secret that could destroy your confidence in an instant. That is exactly what happens in this dramatic, funny, and unexpected scene involving the legendary Samrat. The story begins in complete chaos. The atmosphere is filled with anger as a group of men surround their target. They are shouting at the top of their lungs, filled with rage and determination. One after another, they scream, "Kill him! Finish him off! Don't let him escape! Chop him into pieces! Don't leave him alive!" Their voices grow louder and louder, making it clear that they have no intention of showing mercy. At first, it seems impossible for anyone to survive such a dangerous situation. Every direction is blocked, and the crowd is completely focused on hunting down their enemy. The tension rises with every second, making it feel as though a deadly fight is about to begin. But just before violence breaks out, everything changes. A voice suddenly interrupts the chaos. "Stop! Leave him alone. Don't go any further." The shouting slowly dies down. The angry crowd hesitates, creating a brief moment of silence. No one expected the attack to stop so suddenly. For a few moments, everyone simply watches, wondering what will happen next. Then the story takes an unexpected turn. Instead of continuing the fight, the conversation shifts towards someone who has captured everyone's attention. Samrat. One woman openly admits something that surprises everyone around her. She confesses that she has fallen deeply in love with Samrat. She explains that she missed him for a long time, and after meeting him again, her feelings only became stronger. She no longer wants to stay away from him. Instead, she wants to know how she can make Samrat fall in love with her as well. This changes the mood of the entire scene. What began as a violent confrontation suddenly becomes a discussion about love, emotions, and strategy. Someone asks an interesting question. If we want to trap someone, should we frighten them? Or should we pretend to be frightened ourselves? Everyone pauses to think. Then comes an answer that completely changes the direction of the conversation. No one has ever been born who can truly scare Samrat. Those words immediately paint a picture of just how fearless Samrat really is. He is known as a brave man who never backs away from danger. Whether he is facing enemies, impossible situations, or overwhelming odds, fear simply doesn't control him. If that is true, then how can anyone possibly trick someone like him? The answer comes from an unexpected place. Rather than trying to scare Samrat, they decide they will pretend to be scared themselves. If Samrat believes someone is in danger, he will rush in to help without thinking twice. But there is still one problem. What exactly is Samrat afraid of? The question hangs in the air. For a few moments before, someone finally reveals the shocking truth, and everyone is stunned. Could a fearless warrior really be terrified of something so tiny? The idea sounds almost unbelievable. After all, this is a man who faces dangerous enemies without hesitation. Yet somehow, tiny ants are enough to make him panic. Instead of laughing at the discovery, the group immediately realizes they have found the perfect weakness. A clever trap begins to take shape. The woman starts pretending that ants are crawling all over her body. She jumps around in panic, screaming and begging for help. Her acting is so convincing that anyone watching would believe she is in real danger. She cries out desperately for Samrat. Every scream is carefully planned to pull him closer. The plan works exactly as expected. The moment Samrat hears someone crying for help, he rushes toward the scene. Without stopping to question what is happening, he immediately tries to help the frightened woman. Little does he know that every step he takes is leading him directly into a carefully prepared trap. Just when everyone thinks the plan cannot become any stranger, another character comes up with an unusual idea. He brings out honey. At first, everyone is confused. What could honey possibly have to do with catching Samrat? The man confidently explains that just as smoke can force a mouse out of its hiding place, the sweet smell of honey can attract ants. If the ants appear, Samrat's greatest fear will appear with them. The group waits patiently. For a few moments, nothing happens. Then, slowly, tiny ants begin to gather around the honey. Excitement spreads through the group. Their strange plan is actually working. Meanwhile, Samrat is completely focused on helping the woman, unaware that the